This week, as we consider strategy, we're going to look at the environment in which our strategy takes place in. Strategy doesn't get developed or executed in a vacuum. It's really important we understand the external environment in which we are executing our strategy, and that's the topic that we take up with this week's material. One of the real key pieces of this understanding of strategy is a 1979 paper written by Harvard economist Michael Porter, and it's been extended and expanded since then, but really looks at what are the factors that are affecting corporations and their strategy as they develop it, as they execute it, and really considers the idea of competition and how do we position ourselves both with the rivals that we compete against and the forces that act upon us. And so the bulk of your chapter in this week's material deals with Michael Porter's 5 forces of competition. I've also included an updated version of the Harvard Business Review article that deals with this as well. Another interesting aspect we take up this week is looking at understanding of the forces. What's the rate of change? What's the impact of the change on the forces and how that affects organization strategy? In our assignments this week, we have a discussion where I'm asking you to state and defend your opinion. There are no right answers to a lot of the questions we wrestle with in a strategy course, but what's really important is that when you make an assertion, you then defend it using materials that you reference, as well as logically structured arguments. And so that's what I'll be looking for in your discussion this week. And this will be our first week doing a written strategic analysis. And for this, I've given you the company Netflix. And I do not expect you to summarize a 78-page annual report. A lot of the information in there may not be stuff that relates to the performance indicators that you select, but determine what you think the key performance indicators are that Netflix needs to look at when evaluating the effectiveness of their strategy. Our text talks a bit about performance indicators, and the annual report gives you some data to draw from. You're welcome also to use other sources as you answer the question the questions rather, in our strategic analysis. Like most writing for business, I believe it needs to be concise and impactful. I don't like long run-on sentences. I don't like 15-page papers. As an executive of a sports organization, I rarely read past the first page if it wasn't extremely well written. So what I'm asking for you to do is summarize fairly complex thoughts in a short period of time, no more than 1 page per question that you answer. Good luck this week. I hope you enjoy this. I think Porter's work is really one of the key strategic frameworks that we use and have used for a number of years. Have a great week. Thanks.